What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I'm using this kind of also as an excuse to let you know that I intend to be live with you tomorrow, inshallah, after I get in from the mosque from Friday prayer. And so while this is not the most important topic on the planet, I thought it was worthy of my energy because of the shadiness of it. And it also um, validates yet again one of the many themes that I have preached and continue to preach to you over the years as it relates to the enemy of our people and indeed the enemy of all humanity. And that is that white people always turn on you no matter what. We have to be cognizant of that truth. Let me just wipe this lens a little bit, y'all, because I can't. So, Judge Judy is not immune to this characteristic, you know. I remind you that these people proclaiming themselves to be Jews are just white people. You know, there is no Jewish gene, there is no, and indeed if there is, it must be African because we are the Israelites. Period. The end. So this Scheindlin person who has been in our homes for over 25 years, what's that? All right, I'm being told by my lawyer I have to say it like Oprah. 25. After 25 years. 25. Apparently, if you don't say it like that, you will be visited by people from Oprah, and you don't want that. So after 25 years of the Judge Judy show, she just dissed Byrd the Bailiff, just dissed him, ghosted him, because her show, we knew was coming to an end. In fact, Wendy fake ass Williams, who also I understand has ended her show due to medical issues. We know it's drugs. All right, cut the crap, dude. Wendy. All right, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. And but anyway, she had mentioned on her show and did that fake ugly cry that she does because her face doesn't work. When she had found out that it was going to be the last season of Judge Judy, she had this really dramatic moment, and it was very hideous. I'm still throwing up from that. I'm still on medication and being watched by a team of doctors and specialists. Anyways, so there's a new show that is going to be or is now incarnate someplace called Judy Justice. And very unceremoniously, Byrd was not notified of this at all. Like they just ghosted him. We all thought that they were a team, you know, and that it was what it appears to be, but it's exactly not that. In fact, he even tells the story of how in 25 years, 25, that he's never even been invited over to her house for dinner. Like they've never even had lunch together in 25 years, 25. Um, and that's what also made it noteworthy to me because that's kind of shocking. Like it's not like there's some big crew of people. There's a huge cast. It's just him and her. They are the principals on the show. She's kind of the main person, and then he's kind of the supporting actor, if you will. But here is what he had to say about how it all went down. This was on BNC. And we'll just hear what he says took place and how shady it was.
So last minute, Matter of fact, I won't even say last minute. Officially, we finished doing the show April 15th. The reason I remember that date so well is that on April 16th, the following day, my wife had brain surgery, and so I was thankful for the opportunity to be home and to be able to take care of her while she convalesced. And months went by, and I didn't hear from the judge, and I didn't hear from the producers of the old show or her new show.
Hear that?
And finally, my wife convinced me to give Judge Judy a call in like July. And so I called her, and we chopped it up. She asked about my wife and all that good stuff. And finally,
So now that's 3 months. April, May, June, July. That's 3 months. Go on.
The reason for my phone call is, I hadn't heard anything. I know you're doing this new show. I've heard it through the grapevine. So were you guys planning on asking me,
Petri Hawkins Byrd. That's his full name. So he's asking her, I hear you guys are doing this new show. What's the deal?
To come along.
Just a second.
Oh, you're doing this new show. I've heard it through the grapevine. So were you guys planning on asking me, to come along? And I was informed, no, that wasn't their intention. That I, to quote her, priced myself out of being the new bailiff.
Hear that?
Apparently my salary on the Judge Judy show was too hefty to be considered on the new show. And I was like, well, how could I price myself out if I wasn't even asked? I can't say no to going to the prom if I'm not asked to go to the prom.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's how it happened.
Now,
Well, first of all,
think about that. 25 years. You don't even call and say, listen, Byrd, I need to have a conversation with you, or even a text even, if you're just going to be that much of a cheap whore, a text even. It's something, your assistant calls him, your manager, the network, somebody, the showrunner, anybody, 25 years. 25 years, dude. But this is how they are, everybody. There's more. Let's just hear the rest of it now.
I'm happy your wife is doing much better. But I do have to ask you, you guys worked together on television for 25 years.
25.
And you also were together before you all became TV stars. So at this point in this relationship, would you consider yourselves friends, or was it just like a work relationship?
Hear this. Do you consider yourself friends, or is this a work relationship? Listen, you guys, many of you, or most of you, have been with me since 2014. If I was moving on or saying I'm not doing this, I would come to you, and in fact I've done that in the past when I've been over it. I've put out videos saying I'm over it, here's why, blah blah blah. But it doesn't have to be that deep. Even if you just lived next door to somebody for 25 years, they're not family, they're not related to you, you're moving out, you kind of would just knock on the door and say, yeah, I'm moving, just wanted to say goodbye. It's just natural. And so when things are not natural and spontaneous, then that means they're contrived and on purpose. This is evil. Where was the interview of them together on, Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight or something, to say, we're so sad we're parting ways, and something from her wrinkled ass. But no, nothing but devilry. Hear this answer now. He's asked him, you guys have been together 25 years, were you guys friends, blah, blah, blah. Here's his answer.
I would say the latter. It was more of a working relationship. We were friendly. I wouldn't necessarily consider as friends. I've never gone over her house for dinner, and she's never invited me out for lunch. In 25 years. So,
you see, and there she is looking like a stegosaurus. You understand? That is stegosaurus, everybody. We have the evidence now. Stegosaurus. Google it. That's the picture that comes up. Stegosaurus, right there. A little more for context. We'll go back and go on.
I've never gone over her house for dinner, and
no dinner.
She's never invited me out for
no
lunch. In
25 years.
I consider myself friendly with her, but not necessarily a close friend.
Well, that just tells us a lot about the character there.
Isn't that hideous? Okay. Well, and I think the interviewer says that, well, that tells us a lot about the character there. You see, this is a flesh-eating, clawing her way, blood-sucking, stegosaurian devil. That's the description. And while I was never a huge fan, like, oh my God, I must watch Judge Judy, I have to, oh my God, or I will not survive. But she's a staple. And she indeed was the highest paid woman on television after Oprah left. Nobody more higher paid on television than Judge Judy. I think she was the highest paid person. I want to say the highest paid woman. I think it was the highest paid person. So you can do your own sweeping behind me on that detail. I think she was. I think she's the highest paid person on television. It might be woman though. That's your homework. All right. You're going to look that up to get the delineation on that. Was it the highest paid woman or the highest paid person? For some reason, I think it was the highest paid person. Let me ask the white whore. Who is the highest paid person on television?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Well, now it's saying Ellen, who is a pterodactyl. Ellen at 50 million, and then Judy comes in at 47 million. So she's just edged out by Ellen. And then they don't count me, so that I'd be over both of them. But I don't want to get into that. That'll be in the book. Don't ask me questions. Yeah. So, and this may be just as recent, you feel me? Because Ellen may have just eked her out recently, because Judge Judy was the highest paid person on television. And then after Judge Judy, then there's Barbara Walters, and then there's Bob Barker under her, So Bob Barker's at 10 million, Barbara Walters is at 13 million, Judge Judy's at 47 million, and then now Ellen is at 50 million. And again, that might be just recent, but it was one of the details that I knew about her, that she was the highest paid person on television. But isn't this just so dowdy and shady though, y'all? Like, you just moving on. And just to do my jurisprudence, let me show you who they replaced him with. This is Kevin Rasco. I don't know if you can see the name. You can't see it. There, you can see it there. Kevin Rasco. And she describes him, she goes, my bailiff, Kevin Rasco, is the warmest person. Really? How do you know that? Since you didn't know a damn thing about Byrd in 25 years. So, we're over Judge Judy. Do you understand? We're over her. But again, it just goes to show yet again, everybody, it doesn't matter I always tell you, just because you can find some of them that appear to be friendly or they interact with you nicely, that's all fine. But you must remember that they are still exactly what we know they are. You know, one of my buddies, I don't like pit bulls at all. I hate to say anything negative about Allah's creation, but pit bulls are not attractive to me at all. I've never seen a pit bull and went, oh, look at the honey. Oh my God, look at the little nasty. You know, I can't. But one of my buddies has this little, and he may not even be full pit bull, but he's so fat and he's just the cutest thing. And he loves me so much. Like, my buddy tells me, like, he don't react to nobody the way he reacts to me. Like, there's times I've been over there and he's telling him, go back there, you know, he'll spank him and he'll go down the hall and he turns around and he's still looking like, you know, like a little kid. Like, they just want to be in there so bad, and he'll still come in there so that he can fall on the floor and let me pet his belly, and he's climbing on me and licking me. And he's just like a little kid, man. I really love that dog so much, and he loves me. But it's still a pit bull. You feel me? Or like I said, he may not be full pit bull. I don't know. I have to get a picture of him. I have a picture of him someplace. I just don't know where it is. But I'm just trying to say, just like if you pass a rattlesnake that don't bite you, or you got away, that was still a rattlesnake. You feel what I'm telling you? So this is that. Excuse me. This is that. This is that. Judge Judy is exactly the whore that you would expect, and you know, her career is downhill from here. You know, I'm putting that out in the universe. You know, that she completely fails, and it's, you know, nobody cares about her anymore at all. You know, because I just can't come up with a good reason why after 25 years of just you and this dude standing there, you wouldn't have nothing to say to him. And like he said, she claims he priced himself out. Well, how did he do that? You're the highest paid person on television, and you're a damn Zionist. You have some kind of sway with the powers that be. You know, he tells the story about how he even got the job to begin with, because he knew her when she was a family court judge in New York. And so when she left to go to California for her show, you know, he just sent her a well-wishing letter or a card or something saying, by the way, you know, if you ever need a bailiff, I still look good in uniform. And that's how he ended up getting the job. So on one hand, it's like, appreciate her for that. But this was dusty. It's just dusty, dude. Like, it's dusty, and I'm over Judge Judy. I can't. I can't. I can't. And you know what? I think I'll use the last couple minutes before this thing cuts me off to find out what exactly is going on with Wendy Williams' fake ass while I'm ranting. Let me find that. Hold up, y'all. Boom. This is from page 6. Wendy Williams' man ass will not return to her daytime talk show next week. This is from 12th October. Man ass Wendy will continue her hiatus from her eponymous talk show. Eponymous, if I remember correctly, y'all, means the show that carries your name. Let me just look it up so we can educate. That's why the Jedi exists. Eponymous.
Here's the definition of eponymous: of a person giving their name to something.
Yeah. You see there? This is why the Jedi speaks, everybody. I'm here to educate my people. So the man as Wendy will not return to host the Wendy Williams show next Monday. Her production company, Debmar Mercury, announced via the show's Instagram on Tuesday. The show, however, will go on and will start airing originals on 18th October with an exciting lineup of guest hosts and panels to be announced shortly. And shortly, the announcement read. So apparently, they're going to run out the contract with other people that we probably will know, but the man will not be back. Okay, which is fine because I can't stand the sight of her, and I've always wished her dead and wished her show would be over. And I've told you guys the sight of her makes me vomit. I've never seen a single stitch of clothing that she's worn that I thought, oh, you know what, she looked kind of okay today. Like, I've hated every single thread of everything she's ever worn, ever. The Man, 57, was initially scheduled to start her new season on 20th September, but pushed it back several times due to ongoing health issues, end quote, including testing positive for a breakthrough case of COVID-19. She was later reportedly taken to the hospital for a mental health evaluation since she's a dumbass bitch. The production company did not mention the alleged mental health check in its statement, but revealed that Williams the Man continues to be under medical supervision and meets with her medical team on a daily basis. She's, quote, she's making progress, but is experiencing serious complications due to crack addiction as a direct result of Graves' disease, crack addiction, and her alleged thyroid condition, which the bitch fakes, the statement continued. It has been determined that more time is needed before the crackhead man is able to return to her live hosting duties. And there we have a picture of Man as Williams in a wheelchair with her legs looking like a doll's legs, and they look fake as hell, and they make the entire country vomit when they see them. Moving on. Staff returned to the office this week after working from home due to the man's own ongoing absence, we're told. Sources told Page 6 that the show has also been reaching out to past guests to see who's around next week. And everyone has said they're not interested because they cannot stand her man ass. It wasn't a specific day mentioned. One insider familiar with the situation said they're trying to gauge how many past guests they can load up to appear for a show. And there we see the man as bitch standing there, probably on crack at the very moment of the picture. Sources previously told us that the production company could be grooming daytime newbie Nick Cannon, whose show is also produced as a backup plan in case the man's show gets canceled. Industry insiders, however, pointed out that both shows are syndicated, so it wouldn't be as simple as just having Cannon replace the Man as Williams. The Wendy Williams show will start airing originals on Monday, 18th October, with an exciting lineup, blah, blah, blah. We don't need it. Wendy the Man is valued and stalwart member of blah, 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 12 years. We want her health to be our top priority, blah, blah, blah. In Tuesday's announcement, the production company assured that the Man Ass Bitch is a valued and stalwart member of their family and has been for 12 years. We want her health to be her top priority. As soon as she's ready, she will be back. And in in her treasured purple chair. She won't be back, everybody. She won't be back. All right. Probably the next thing we're going to hear is something very tragic. You understand? We very much appreciate the respect for Wendy's privacy, as well as blah, blah, blah. Multiple sources have told Page Six that the delay is starting to become a huge problem for station affiliates and advertisers. Yeah, because, but what I have been fair to do every time I dragged her for filth is I've always said that the one compliment or the positive thing I always say is that I do understand the magnitude of what she does every day. All right, I can't take that away from her, because if you notice the show, that first 20 minutes of the show is no commercials. She has to hold an international audience for 20 minutes. She doesn't dance. She does not sing. She doesn't act. She doesn't tell comedy. She doesn't do anything. She has to sit there for 20 minutes and hold a show. And that's not easy to do. So, and the show is live. So when they say live from New York, it's the Wendy Williams show, And when they say, now here's Wendy, and those double doors open, her man ass has to be standing there. So I give her marks for that. But that does not negate everything else that I think and say about her. She does look like a disaster. All right. She just looks like, she's just a pinche caballo. You understand? And, and I just think that it's drugs, for all her wanting to lecture Whitney Houston and all of it. And she's been open about her, quote, past drug use, but we know that's really current. We know it. So I will probably, if you remind me, I will probably bring this up during our live, if we're blessed to be together tomorrow live, inshallah, as I say when I come in from the mosque. And I also want to have some other bullets, some things that I have wanted to bring as well to discuss. And as always, I always tell you that our live events are ours. It's not about me. It's about you. It's an opportunity for us to be live together, for you to be able to ask me anything in real time. You can bring up any topics that are on your mind that you want to discuss and things like that. I usually try and bring some core topics to kind of get us off the ground, and then we just kind of freeform from there, So I do miss you guys all, and I'm looking forward to us being together tomorrow live, inshallah. But for now, Judge Judy needs to die. We're over her stegosaurus looking ass. And, it's just very sad what she did to Byrd. I don't know what his salary was and what type of coin he was making. But after 25 years, I feel like, it probably was a cute little coin. And then for her to say that, why didn't you say to the bosses as a part of, because you can put anything in your contract, just like you got this new Kevin dude. Why didn't you say Byrd comes with me? And then you got somebody even younger than Byrd, which is going to make her look even more fossilized and antiquitous. It's a whole thing. Anyways, that's what I came to bring you all. And like I say, inshallah, we'll be live together tomorrow, everybody. I love you all. I'll see you soon.